watching Scene TV, and I'm Maya McNulty, your host, Schenectady Cable Entertainment News and Events. I am so delighted today to have our guest, Nanci Beyerl, on our show from Peaceful Acre Horses. Welcome, Nanci.
Thank you, Maya. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on the show.
I am always so fascinated by you. How do you manage your time with all those beautiful horses on your property?
I don't do it alone.
Okay.
I did do it alone for a while, but
Okay.
we have an amazing team. So we have about 25 volunteers who show up and take care of the horses and bring them their food and take care of the stalls, and we've got people helping with the grounds and maintenance and some administrative work. But I guess that's probably my toughest challenge is the business part of it.
So let's back up a little and tell me, or tell the audience, tell us about your story of how Peaceful Acres horses became.
Oh boy. So
it's a big story.
It's a big story. It's a kind of cool story. So in 2002, October of 2002, I moved to a 12-acre piece of land on Rhinox Corners Road with my 4 horses. I was going through my own grief, loss, and trauma, and essentially my horses were saving my life. I had worked in commercial construction for a long time. I continued to do that, actually working for the Gillespie Group for a couple of years as I was establishing the farm, had a few boarders. But one thing that I noticed is that when I was in the stable, I was feeling more stable. I was.
Pun intended.
Yeah. So I started to do some research. I had a bachelor's degree from Siena in social work. And so I started doing some research on animal-assisted therapy and also equine-assisted therapy. So in about the end of 2003, I called my mom and I said, "You want to go out to Arizona?" And she said, "Why?" I said, "You're going to golf, and I'm going to get trained in this thing called equine-assisted psychotherapy and learning." Went, had a great time, learned a lot, but I went as an equine specialist. So that meant I was going to have to come back and try and find a therapist that was going to think this was a really good thing to introduce into the population which I wanted to serve. So my population that I wanted to serve was youth, at-risk youth, and also women, specifically child abuse, domestic abuse, grief, loss, trauma. So I decided to take a leave from my position and go back to graduate school. So for the next 3 years, I got my master's in social work. I actually got that from Adelphi University. That was interesting, to be a mom of 3 and have a farm and also get my graduate degree and have to travel 2 hours to do it. So, but I kept on going and I didn't look back, and that was in 2007 that I graduated. Nixon Peabody picked Peaceful Acres up, or me up, as a pro bono client, and they formed Peaceful Acres Horses as a not-for-profit organization. So 16 months we waited for that because it's a long process sometimes, and we got that in 2009, and in 2010 Peaceful Acres was, by the Nonprofit Business Council, we were nominated as a small not-for-profit of the year next to hospice. So it's been a really cool journey, and so now we've got 6 years after that moving forward, and what we've done is pretty remarkable. So,
tell us about some of the wellness programs and how it's so important. There's you rescue horses and donkeys. Tell us about that, how you do that, and then tell us about the wellness programs that you offer to these animals.
Okay. So we started off doing a little bit of retirement for horses. So if there was an old horse and someone couldn't keep it any longer, Peaceful Acres became a retirement center or sanctuary for that horse, forever home. But then we started learning a lot more about animal cruelty and neglect situations and cases, and so we started getting phone calls if Peaceful Acres would get involved. We did a few times, went in fact the largest one we ever did was 26 horses. Some of them are still on our property because of their age and disability. They're still on our property as a sanctuary horse and also co-therapist, which is kind of a neat thing. And then others came out of kill pens. So we have a total right now of 72 horses on our property, horses, donkeys, and ponies. Some of them are available for adoption. Some of them are part of a ongoing open cruelty case right now up in Whitehall, New York. But what happens is we rehabilitate the people, our team rehabilitates the horses, And then we partner these horses in therapeutic programs for veterans and cancer survivors and mostly teenagers. We don't work with young kids so much anymore. We have no riding, so we're not a therapeutic riding program. We really follow a model of psychotherapy, and the horses, we work to create metaphors and creating ways in which people can learn better ways to cope, or behavioral capacity, communication, self-esteem.
Interesting. So the wellness part, connecting people and the horses with the wellness part, tell us about that.
Okay, so what we do is work with program partners in the Capital Region that may make a referral. Let's say there's working with an agency that has residential treatment for kids, for teenagers. They would make a referral into our agency of either an individual or a group, and we work with them strategically in a class that helps the kids to work together to formulate improved behavioral capacity, coping skills, behavioral controls. So we've been doing that for a number of years. But then we started working through Susan G. Komen to do breast cancer survivor retreats. So it was at that point that the agency did some shifts, and we got 2 grants to build 2 yurts on the property, which are beautiful structures that we got that from the Charles R. Wood Foundation, both of those. So now we're able to have wellness retreats and workshops for women who are surpassing cancer. And we've been doing those since 2010.
Are you still doing the yoga wellness workshops and the educational part as well?
Yeah, what we do is we incorporate yoga, meditation, nature walks, nutrition, all into those workshops and those retreats.
Okay, so it's a retreat. And how often do you have these retreats?
We try to do them 3 times a year. Unfortunately, funding is very difficult.
Okay.
We're working on the schedule now to try and open it up that people can self-pay as well. And we also still have a couple of grant requests out there, but it's getting tougher and tougher to get grants.
Nanci, shout out your website.
Okay. It's peacefulacreshorses.com is the website.
Okay.
And also our Facebook page, Peaceful Acres Horses Facebook page, is very up to the minute on pictures of the horses and watching what the people are doing really with the horses to save their lives.
So this is a great place. Your Facebook page and your website is a great place for if you're seeking donations or volunteers or both.
Yes, both.
Okay. So trying to help you here, girl.
Yeah, right. How do we survive? We survive on the generosity of our community.
Okay.
So the best way people can contribute to us that I think makes a lot of sense is they become feed partners. And we're at a point now we need 210 more feed partners. So each horse actually has more than one feed partner. It's $42 a month, and those people contribute into the general fund that then Peaceful Acres is able to buy grain and hay.
Okay.
It's expensive. And then we also have some people that are champion sponsors, and that's $5,000 a year to sponsor kind of a horse of your own. And they can come and visit and spend time at the sanctuary and get involved.
Super. Tell us more about the feed partners and the importance of the feed partners.
Well, the feed partners, as a matter of fact, just this morning I confirmed with some local restaurants, including Zone Hospitality, that we're doing a stay-at-home type of fundraiser. So it's a great way for our feed partners or people who want to help Peaceful Acres to raise additional feed partners, and they go out to dinner on us, not really on Peaceful Acres, but on our partners, including Angelo Mazzone and others. So we're excited about that. The more feed partners,
that's cool.
The more feed partners we have, the more I'm able to do the programs, the wellness programs and the psychotherapy programs I do with the horses.
So what does a feed partner, like how much does it cost? What does it include? What's it entail?
So a feed partner donates $42 a month or $500 a year. They can do it through PayPal, which is also on our website, peacefulacreshorses.com. Or they can call me, and they can come for a visit. They can meet the horses and pick one. We've got a woman coming actually tomorrow, and she saw some of the pictures on our website, and she chose a donkey named Shaggy that she wants to become his feed partner. And she had an injury. and she wanted to be able to partner up with something that was going to be smaller. So he was just the perfect fit for her. So a feed partner, not necessarily are they involved on the farm, you know, boots on and manure rake in hand. Some are, many are not. Many of our feed partners are people that follow us on Facebook or are friends, you know, or in the capital region.
Tell us a little bit more about corporate sponsorship of becoming a feed partner.
Okay, so our corporate sponsors, we ask them to also become a feed partner, $500 or more a month or a year, and we have them posted on our literature. We have them on our Facebook page. We have an app that was actually created for us by Potrats, so that's pretty cool, and also on our website. So we're very collaborative. If everything that we do with our organization, whether it be referrals, we work with program partners. If it's funding, we work with our business partners. And the more we work with our business partners, the more I'm able to also say to our team and the volunteers and the professional people that come to our place is, you know what, like New York Long-Term Care Brokers in Clifton Park has been a donor for many, many years, and they sponsored Jack, who came out of a cruelty case. And I'm always talking about, you know, if you're looking to get life insurance or, you know, your insurances, reach out to Brian and Kevin up at New York Long-Term Care Brokers. And that's important to me because these are people that are business owners and they're taking their hard-earned money and they're supporting the vision and the mission of Peaceful Acres.
Yes, that's great. And not only as a corporate member, I've seen this where you've also had them come to the farm and over at Peaceful Acre Horses, and you know, kind of had a retreat day, right?
It's a great place for businesses to come and enjoy our space. It's the only way we can give back, right? And it's also a fundraiser for us. So the more people get to see our facility, the better. So if someone, a business owner, would like to contribute $500 or more a year and use our facility, which is beautiful, our facility for a picnic, maybe do a team building, do a workshop, do strategic planning. You know, you can do some really great thought processing and strategic planning in nature because you clear out everything else.
Sure.
You're not in a room, you're not under fluorescent lights, you know, you're in nature. And that's a great way for us to give back, gain friends, and also raise money for the feed fund.
So bring your corporate clients over and have an outdoor day. Now, also you have the corporate sponsorship, and then you also do a program that enriches and workshops for teens and kids, children. So tell us about that.
So the teens program, it's called Teens Buddy Up, and that is an after-school program and also a summer program. Last year, the summer program was fantastic. A program partner of ours had asked us if we would integrate some of what we do in our wellness retreats for women into our programs for kids. So we started a meditation piece, yoga, so the kids would come for 8 days. It was 2 weeks, 1 day off. And they would come and they would do their work with the horses. They learned natural horsemanship. They did yoga classes. They were learning how to bathe the horses, walk the horses, and it was all empowerment based. And, you know, some of these kids were saying, can't we just stay the night? You know, can we stay, you know, in a tent? You know, they got so excited. They really wanted to just stay at the ranch for that time period, which, you know, might be a possibility if I found a donor that wanted to help us do that. Hint, hint. But so it's a, you know, you watch what happens with these kids. Sometimes they're bullied. Sometimes they're just going through an awful lot of stress and anxiety. You know, some, you know, might have a diagnosis. When they're at the farm, they don't have a diagnosis. The horses could care less.
Right.
You know, they really don't care.
They love you unconditionally.
The horses love them unconditionally. The donkeys will make noise at them and ask them to come and play with them no matter what. So it's just a... Really, it's everybody is welcome there, and the horses just make sure that that's what they do.
Tell us about the veterans too. How you've invited them to come to Peaceful Acre Horses.
The veterans program is one that is probably the most near and dear to us right now because there's such a need. It's been a hard startup for us. I was really anticipating that we would be able to find a little bit more financial resources for veterans, and that hasn't really been the case. We have been working with veterans going into our second season now with a program out of Saratoga actually. So the veterans come and they spend about 2 to 3 hours a day with us doing programs with the horses. It's important. We hope that we'll be able to also introduce some family support, using the ranch as a family support center for veterans as well.
Nanci, you've shared so much. Where are you finding the strength or the time in your day to
I take
get this done?
Protandim. Can I just say, there's my plug. Yeah. So,
How do you do it?
You know, I'm so motivated. I'm just motivated.
You truly love what you do, and you're very blessed.
Love it. Yeah. There's not a day that I don't wake up and say, I love what I do. You know, I never planned this. You know, that's when I've talked to people, they go, wow, how did you do this? It was never a plan. You know, yes, I need a strategic plan. The business is that way now. But every day I just put one foot in front of the other and just keep it going. You know, now we have 2 employees. They're wonderful girls. They're both graduates of SUNY Cobleskill. Their equine studies program. If you had told me 4 years ago that was going to happen, I would say absolutely no way. I'm going to have to still be, you know, mucking the stalls and all of that. And I do. I take care of, you know, about 20 horses on my own. But that's my peace. You know, that's what keeps me grounded. It's what saved my life in the beginning, right? Was being in that stable place. So, but I love every hat that I wear, except for the shaking the cup. I'm really tired of begging for money. Really tired. So, yeah, it'd be wonderful if
So tell us your website again.
PeacefulAcresHorses.com.
Okay, so peacefulacrehorses.com. You can click on PayPal to make a donation or volunteer your time. Let me ask you, when did you start again?
2002, October 2002, I moved to the farm, but Peaceful Acres has been established as a not-for-profit 501c3 since 2009.
Okay. And you have an anniversary coming up, right?
We do, and we're going to do a concert. In fact, a country music concert promoter just reached out to us to see if we would be interested. So we'll see.
Exciting.
It's so much fun to do concerts as
tell
fundraisers.
Us the date, your
we're not sure.
No. Your anniversary date is March.
March,
yeah.
And so then we do our fundraiser in June because the farm is
open,
a little nicer in June than it is
so
earlier.
Your corporate event can have your work office outside and have a day of it.
Yeah. So we're open for open houses. Those will be starting up again in April. And we're thinking about doing breakfast with the horses, kind of like they do up at Saratoga, but we're different.
Yeah.
So you can get your hands on and come and have breakfast. We're just working that out with our volunteers and our mentors. So
that's really empowering. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Nance, anything else you want to share? Tell any about the horses that you rescued recently in November or...
Oh boy. Yeah. You know, when you get involved in a cruelty case, you know, I'm a lawyer's daughter. You know, maybe I should have gone to law school, but maybe not. So when we got involved in this case with the state police, I had really no idea now it's been 13 weeks, what that was going to entail. And we actually just this week had to get a pro bono attorney out of New York City who's worked it out for the horses to be able to have their day in court and have a hearing, because Peaceful Acres has not been able to receive any money from that case other than if we did our own fundraising. But watching these horses as they were recovering and what it took, we've got basically a full-time nanny in the nursery with the babies. The most empowering thing in the world is opening up that the barn door, and those babies start to whinny, and you know every day that they're alive because you stepped in and you made the difference, even though it was going to be financially hard, it was going to be incredibly stressful and painful because we lost one. And you know, it's hard. The grief and loss that's associated with rescue is difficult, but the recovery, it just more than fills you with love and compassion. And so to see Strawberry and Rhiannon and to see them now gaining weight and running in the indoor, you never look back when you do that.
Sure. What is the location of Peaceful Acre horses?
We're located in Pattersonville, which is
Okay.
Schenectady County. We are just up the hill from Route 5S in Rotterdam Junction. So
Okay.
we're part of Schenectady County. We're only, 10 minutes outside of the city. We seem like we're a little far away, but
It
we
sounds
aren't.
far, but it's not.
No, and we have a beautiful location. We've got 156 acres now, and the upper pastures are just gorgeous. Yeah, so
Sounds beautiful, Nanci.
I'm lucky, they're
Yeah.
lucky, and I think people are glad that I decided to do it here and not in South Carolina.
So let's look at the timeline now. 2002, we're now 2015. What do you think one of your biggest accomplishments has been?
So I think, to answer what is my biggest accomplishment would be that when I moved to Peaceful Acres in 2002, I had such extreme panic attacks and anxiety that I couldn't go to the grocery store. I would never be sitting here and talking to you. I wouldn't be at mixers and talking with elected officials and meeting with program partners to see what I could do to help their clients. I think that's the biggest accomplishment. I'm me now.
Yeah.
And I'm so capable of doing so many different things.
So you're working at your business as opposed to in your business right now a little bit.
But I think I'm a great role model for individuals who have gone through grief, loss, and trauma, have kind of lost themselves, because so many people have said, "What? You? Really?" Yeah, me. And so,
Well, you picked yourself up, dust yourself
Yeah.
off, and you look great.
thank you. Yeah.
So tell us how we can get to the farm.
Okay, so you can get to the farm, drive down Route 5S in Rotterdam Junction, and you're going to take a left on Rhinex Corners Road. We are a mile and a half up Rhinex Corners Road. We're on the left. You do have to call us at 887-3178 or reach out to us through our website, peacefulacreshorses.com, to make an appointment to come and visit. If you follow us on our Facebook page, you're going to be able to know every event that we have coming up, any workshop or open houses. And I guess that's the best thing that people can do. So just follow us on Facebook and check out our website, peacefulacreshorses.com.
And you can also make a donation there as well, right, to help.
Oh,
to become-
donations. There you go. Go right on the PayPal account right now. Do it right this second. peacefulacreshorses.com. You're going to hit PayPal and donate $42. You will become a feed partner, and we will send you a great photo of a horse or a donkey that you are sponsoring. So that's what we need.
Yeah. How many horses and donkeys do you have on your property?
72.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
We
a
need
lot.
more than 72 feed partners.
Okay.
Yeah, the $42 does not cover their
Yeah.
expenses.
Explain what some of that covers.
Grain and hay. So a round bale of hay costs $45, and that $45 will feed 4 horses for a week. Grain is about $45 or about $25 a bag, and hay is about $5 a bale. So $42, literally, we're calling up the local hay farmer saying, "Will you bring us hay?" And we're writing them a check, which is lovely. Or we're going to Tractor Supply and getting our grain. Truly, the PayPal account is our feed fund, and it goes from the PayPal account, from our feed partners account to our PayPal account into local farmers and Tractor Supply.
That's great.
Yeah.
Nanci, anything else you want to share about your whole passion and vision? I'm so inspired. It's a lovely story.
I want to thank our volunteers. A lot gets
Sure.
talked about with our donors and the people that give, but many of our donors are volunteers as well. I want to thank my mentors. The people that have, including yourself, the
you're
people
welcome.
that have been in my life that have helped me to learn more, got me through the struggles, got me through the winters that are a really difficult time for us at the ranch. And the people that I have that are just the executive leadership team that are also my friends. I'm really blessed to know as many people as I do.
Yeah.
So
Super.
Thank
Great
you.
story. Nanci, I am so thrilled to have you here today on Scene TV. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
and
you.
we'll have your episode out really soon.
awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Maya.
Thanks.